I'm in the middle of a bikepacking trip and I thought I'd share with you 3 new products, or at least new to me, that I've found particularly useful, and also a few tips too. The first is this. It looks like a big pill, but add a little water, ideally warm, and it opens up into a washcloth for your important little places, or your backside. Now, I have come to prefer these to paper tissues because when these get wet, it is easy to put your finger through them with rather awful results. There are quite a few types of these around. These are 100% cotton and say they are biodegradable, but do not leave them where you do your business, obviously. Pack the used ones out. Oh, and don't let kids or pets stick these things in their mouths either. The next is a water filter. There are 2 problems with the bottles that I have used. They don't easily fit onto a bike when you have a frame bag in place, and when you want to fill your mug to cook, they are too rigid to squeeze. The filters are designed for the water to be sucked through. This pure clear filter is different. It packs small, it weighs 80 grams, and you can squeeze the water through it. I particularly liked it because it's one of the few filters that claims to remove viruses. I bought it for a different video I did a few weeks back when I was trialing a battery-operated water quality tester. Incidentally, I think this is a great product, but not to test your water in the field, it's to test the quality of your filter. I collected some hideously polluted water, even adding sheep and cow poo. I couldn't believe how well this filter cleaned it, and the quality tester gave the resulting water a clean bill of health. Wow, that's quite a phenomenal filter. Last great product, these little cones, an excellent anti-Scottish midgie device. I keep mine in a tin, and after setting up camp, I light 2 of them in the tent porch. The smoke they give off doesn't smell bad to me, but midgies hate it. They burn quite quickly and quite hot, so keep them on the tin lid or on a piece of foil so you don't start a fire. Just to be absolutely clear, I'm not sponsored by any of these manufacturers. I just found things that work for me, and I thought I'd share them in case they work for you. So now to the tips. Still with midgies, these flat smidge sprays take up a lot less space than the smallest bottle. This video of mine explains the chemicals which work against midgies, and Smidge has one of them. This is now the most widely available anti-midge spray here in the Scottish Highlands. It would be better if these sprays were refillable. That is a lot of a single-use plastic. These almost waterproof bags from AliExpress carry my toiletries plus charging kit in one and first aid stuff in the other. Their shape makes them ideal to slip into a frame bag. If you have a hiking tent and your poles are too long for your frame bag, a company called Tent Spares will take the original dimensions, the length you want the poles, and then make custom replacements. This is what I did with my old tarp tent Rainbow, but custom poles are not cheap. 2 poles for this tent cost a whopping £70, and that was in 2023. Now, I'm not too sure if this is a tip or whether I just need your suggestions. I got into the habit of using a small mug as my cook pot just to save space, but I've gone back to this larger one because in here, oops, excuse me, I've got a spork down the side, I can get a gas stove and my gas refill, and this will last me for at least 2 days. Used to be my mountain marathon setup. The stove is wrapped in paper to prevent it rattling and also to use as a pot grip when it gets hot, and the windscreen I made myself from crafting foil that I bought on Amazon. I'll put a link to it and most of the other stuff, if I can find them, in the video description. In use, it does look a bit more precarious because it is higher, but there's enough water for a meal and a hot drink in one boil. But is that a good idea? Or would 2 boils in a smaller pot be more efficient? Incidentally, I don't keep buying these. I refill the small gas canister from a big gas canister using the flip fuel device. Finally, and possibly controversially, a drug. For the first couple of nights out, I find I need a mild painkiller to take away a few of my aches. It's probably an age thing. Panadol Night is regular paracetamol with another chemical to help with sleep. Now, I wouldn't consider taking these at home, but for the first night or 2 on a long ride, I do find they're helpful. I used all this stuff on Jura, my last research trip for creating the West Coast Cycle Trail. Check that video here. And here's another one too you might like. And I will see you again next time. Bye-bye.